it's time for a bit of tennis. It's tennis season again. Wimbledon is upon us, and I think this might be the third time I've done this on this channel, and I will continue to do so in earnest. Every year you're going to get a spate of retro tennis games from me, or sometimes a modern one. Who knows? Who cares? But here we are with tennis on the Nintendo Game Boy. And, well, early tennis game, 1989. Oh, there he is. Mario's chairing the game. Mr. Umpire Mario. So, taking orders from the plumber again. What the hell does he know about tennis? I know you know your magic mushrooms, Mario, and beating Koopas and stuff, but really? What do you know about balls and rackets? He seems to know about everything. Golf, karting, racing, bloody everything. Puzzles. Mario is a genius. If he existed in real life, and for some people he actually does, sadly enough, me included, he would be like a god. He'd be like Thanos, you know, a god amongst men. And that Tash, well, you know, when you've got a porn star Tash of that quality, you know, you're not going to argue with him on a tennis court, let alone anywhere else. Anyway, I'm not going to argue with him with that decision either, because that was a very contentious decision. It was clearly out, and Mario missed it. Put your glasses on, mate. Anyway, enough of my bleating about Mario being a tennis expert, apparently. This is on the Game Boy. So, like I said, released back in 1989, a couple of years after the first tennis game that came out on the NES. And it's along the lines of, well, Nintendo pull off really good tennis games a lot of the time. I think the latest one on the Wii U, very good. Mario Smash Tennis, I think it's called, isn't it? Yeah, they have a penchant for doing it. Very good with tennis games. I think, obviously, my pinnacle for me was Super Tennis on the Super Nintendo. And you can see where some of the cues for that game have come from, especially when you look at the Game Boy version of it. Anime style, cartoony kind of characters and sprites, and a very basic layout of the court. Some nice little scaling, effective scaling there of the ball when it's in the air, which is pretty nice. Well, that was a very tight call, but it was on the line, so I'll give him that. And as may as it may be basic, and it may be sort of like not, you know, no frills here. We're not talking championship quality tennis, but we're talking very playable tennis. Mechanics, the gameplay mechanics work particularly well. It's very friendly, very user friendly to get playing. God, my vocals are not user friendly. Two types of shots you've got to use. You've got a standard shot and a lob shot, using the two buttons of the Game Boy, and you can change the angle and the length by pressing up, down, left or right at the same time you hit the shot. And of course, being in the right position as well. The hit of the shot depends on your positioning. So, taking cues from shot making and positional based tennis games. So, positional based tennis games is basically just it's swinging it, and it depends on exactly where you are is the type of shot you get. So a bit of that is in there, but also a bit of that is with what button you press and how you direct the ball, and all that works very well. I've always found that works very well when you pick. What did you do there? He had a bit of a funny 5 seconds there. Went mental. Goodness me! But I got him in a lob. That's another tactic you can do with this. Actually, is when the computer player comes in, hit the lob, and generally you'll win the point if you hit the lob in. Well, it certainly does with level 1 and 2 difficulty. Level 3 and 4, not quite so much. They will kick your ass all over the court. But that said, that is the only sort of customization options you've got. You've got nothing else really in this game. It is really stripped down to the bare essentials. The bare jock straps, as it were. You've got no alternative courts, you've got no modifications, obviously, on the racket, shoes, attack power or anything like that. And there's no tournament mode. Oh, it's a bit of a shame there's no tournament mode. I mean, they're literally just one challenge matches, just one-off matches, one-off exhibition matches. And I think they're all 5 sets as well. You can't change the sets, 1 set or 3 set or 5 sets. So it really is stripped down to the very core, as it were. Oh, right down the line. The speed of the game is very consistent. It's not as fast as I would like it to be. It's got a little bit of a ponderous nature to it, especially the ball flight. But there you go. A shot like that was nice and quick. Slowed it down a bit there. But it is balanced. It's nice and balanced. The sprites and shots don't move faster than the ball and vice versa. I find that's a pain in the arse with a lot of tennis games where the ball seems to move way quicker than you can ever move. And the collision detection is also very, very sharp as well. It's a little bit generous at times. Sometimes you'll hit the ball and you think, well, nowhere near the bloody thing, and you manage to hit it. So it's a little bit generous. And you've even got that thing where the ball can actually hit your body, and of course then it's a point to the opponent. Not all tennis games do that. They just sort of like ignore that even happens. And sometimes the ball will just go right through your body. It'll phase through like some sort of ghost ball, or you somehow manage to hit the damn thing, even though it's embedded in your belly button. But that said, it plays really nicely. That was not very nice play at all. I just hit. What terrible. Too long. Oh, Nova Bug! Out, says Mario. Who's out? Luigi out? Toad out? So it is a surprising element of shot making in this. It did surprise me. I did play this, I think, back in the mid-90s on my original Game Boy. It's a lot easier to play when it's played like this. But on an original Game Boy, it's actually quite easy to pick up. Very easy to pick up. It's very user friendly. And a lot of tennis games are not. They cannot be. Oh, there, another one. They cannot be sort of like pigeonholed as being that user friendly. A lot of them take a while to get used to. But this, now you can pick this one up straight away and give it a good bashing of the balls. I like it. I like it. It's got that cuteness feel to it. It's got a very friendly feel to it. It's not intimidating. And I think it's one of those games that transcends what people like. It's not. A lot of people don't like tennis as a sport and don't like tennis games as such. But this is kind of. I think people that even don't like tennis games would like this. It's got that kind of approachable factor to it. And Nintendo, oh, sorry, I put my hand up there. You can't see me putting my hand up, but I did put my hand up and said sorry to a computer player that can't see me and is basically just a bunch of code. Or volley. Yeah, when you come into the court, into the inner courts, into the advantage induced courts, you will automatically volley things with the standard hit ball, standard shot, should I say. Again, that is something that Super Tennis took. And a lot of tennis games actually took that. You're closer to your net, you get it automatically into the volley shot. He's got me out. He got me back there. I hit the net cord and won the point, and he just done it back to me. The cheeky son of a boy. But yeah, I do like this. I find it a very enjoyable tennis game. It's stripped down to the very basics. It certainly performs all the key things you want out of a tennis game. It's got really good playability. The speed is balanced, it's fair, the shot making is good, the collision detection is very good as well. Graphics, yep, workable, serviceable, no great frills but serviceable. Same with the audio. That tune playing constantly in the background, you can turn that off if it decides to get a little bit too grating on you. I like the little portamento effects, they're quite nice. It's even Stevens at the moment. Well, I'll say I was going with serve, but I actually broke his serve there, and then he just broke me back. Oh, he had another little flip out there. Ha! That is not an emulator thing, he just does that. Oh, come on, mate. Was he glitching there? No, I don't think that was a glitch. I just think he couldn't know where the ball was. The scrolling is weird. I've just noticed that also the scrolling is actually really smooth. I think that's a good thing because I didn't notice the scrolling because it's so quite smooth and even and balanced and nice. Fluid, so I didn't even notice it was actually moving around the court there, scrolling, because it's actually quite smooth, very smooth in fact, unnoticeable, which is always good. Come on, we want to get, oh, he's hit it into the net. Come on, warrior, 40, this is 40 love, against serve, absolutely hammering him here. We're going to wrap it up here. Oh, he's missed the smash, and that's it. I have won, well, it's 3-3 anyway. Tennis on the Nintendo Game Boy, 1989. Very good game. I really like this. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Nova Bug. Out!